Windsor's municipal election is on October 27th, a couple of days away from deciding who will be our new mayor, who will be representing the respective wards as councilors, and who will be public school trustees. Now, I'm going to show you in 5 minutes what I think about the upcoming election starting now. And I know a lot of people would be asking the mayors and the councilors that are running, what are the major concerns for Windsor? What will you do as you step into one of these positions? Me personally, my personal issue about whoever steps in, whether it's the mayor or the ward councilor, will be the fact that the West End is getting neglected. Now think of it, within the last few years, the West End has lost a number of businesses. We've lost Edie Knoxpool, we have lost the post office, and shuttered a historical building that post office made business of, along with other businesses. Now quite frankly, being a West Ender for the 9 years that I have lived in Windsor, seeing this is a disgrace and a travesty to all of that area. I mean, let's face it, people often forget that the West End is historical ground. This is where the War of 1812 took place, and originally they were supposed to have a mural commemorating that specific moment in the history. But unfortunately, that has been passed on. And a lot of people were angry about that. I mean, I didn't know that it was historical ground until a few years ago. But now looking back at it, thinking what we, the West Enders, could have benefited from all this. Because think of it, it doesn't take history class to remember what has happened on that historical ground. It takes more than that, with the facts and the people that were a part of it. You gotta think of that. And unfortunately, I have to say it, and I know a lot of people are gonna get mad at me out there. The West End in Windsor is facing urban decay. Once again, losing businesses. We have abandoned homes around the area that are not being taken care of. So what are we gonna do? What can the mayor, the future mayor, or the future ward councilors do for us? We need more businesses. We need that post office to come back. We need that historical building that post office had the business on needs to be reopened. And a lot of people could do that justice. We as West Enders are more concerned about our future than anyone else. Like, downtown gets all the businesses. They get all the futures. And this is why people are going to downtown, because they place all the businesses and the West End doesn't get that part of the deal. It is not there. Because business runs in this generation, in this society today. So I think what these people need to do is to take the West End more seriously, take it in consideration, and bring some people back home. And home meaning the West End. Because think of it, you cross the Ambassador Bridge, the first place that you land on would be the West End. And how will people react when they see this urban decay happen around the West End? Probably negatively, which is why they go east to see all the beautiful stuff that we got taken away from. We, unfortunately, because of this, had our pride taken away, we had our businesses taken away, we had our identity taken away. So, let me aside to the mayor, the future mayor candidates, and the ward candidates out there. You know what you could do for us? Give us more recognition back to the West End. Give us our identity back. Give us what we need so the West End could be beneficial to Windsor once again. That's how I think of it. And for you kids out there, oh boy, 50 seconds. For you kids out there, listen up and listen good. You may be underage of voting, but hear this. Because you will be affected in this in 4 years when you go up to the polls for the first time. Well, if you're 15, rather. Pay attention to what people are talking about when it comes to the election. Think about that. Think about what people are saying, the topics in question, because you will be affected by this too when your time comes to vote for either a new mayor or a new ward councilor. And for those people out there that are voting this year, think about this. Think about the city. Think about many people who needs a lot of help. Think of everything that I have said. Think of what your peers are saying. Because this is a major election. I know my time is up, so let me close it as this. This is going to be one of the biggest elections Windsor will have in history. Now, I'm not a historian, but I have a feeling that this is going to be a shocker. So whoever the new mayor is, I hope you listen to me, one of the people who support this city, instead of running away to another city where they will get what they want. Give us business. Give us these features that we're missing out on. Give us a voice that will listen to us and take it back to City Hall and cuss them out to the point where City Hall will say, what were we doing years ago? We completely forgot a historical place in Windsor. How can we do this to those people? How can we take the pride, the identity, the surroundings, the business of them? How can we do that? It's time for us to reverse it. It's time for us to reverse that. We're bringing it back to the West End. And all this comes home right here to me. To see the West End get what they have strived and longed for after so many years, for them to get it back, hopefully, in this election, will be really awesome to see. The West End can turn around right now. So kids, listen to this, because you will have a voice soon enough when you go up to the election polls one day when you reach the age. Fellow voters out there this year, remember, it's easy. Make sure whoever you're voting for has a major reason why they should run Windsor well as mayor or ward councilor or public school trustees. For the ward candidates, I hope you listen to your fair residents, because we have waited long enough for someone to actually listen to us. And for the mayor, you listen to the ward councilors, you listen to us, the voters this year, you listen to the kids. Because all those, you add it all together, that's the city of Windsor. Think about that. I'm Aaron Sanders, reminding you, you got a voice. And at this time, it's time for you to use it. October 27th, don't forget to vote. This is our election, Windsor, so I'll leave the pipe bomb to you.